India eyes Russian Su57 over American F-35. Final choice will be strategic, not just tactical. India stands at a historic crossroads. Should it embrace the American F-35 jet, or should it buy the Russian Su-57? Earlier this year, US President Donald Trump offered India the fifth-generation F-35 stealth fighter, a move hailed as game-changing. But just as that offer began gaining traction, another twist emerged, this time from Russia. In a bold and unprecedented play, Moscow sweetened its Su-57 proposal by offering India access to the aircraft's source code. This surprising development sent shockwaves through global defense circles, highlighting India's growing geopolitical leverage while presenting a difficult choice: advanced American technology with restrictions, or Russian flexibility with an uncertain performance history. Reports now suggest that India is actively considering the Russian Su-57 offer over the American F-35. As per CNBC's Parikshit Luthra, government sources have confirmed that India is weighing the Su-57 offer, while no F-35 proposal is under consideration at the moment. What is driving this potential shift, and what should India ultimately choose: an American fighter jet, a Russian one, or should it double down on its indigenous advanced medium combat aircraft AMCA program? The decision is complex, consequential, and likely to shape India's military capabilities, strategic autonomy, and position in the global fifth-generation fighter race. India's need for fifth-generation jets is urgent. China already has J-20 stealth fighters operational along the border and is preparing to export its J-35 fighter, possibly to Pakistan. India's own AMCA program has been cleared but is still in its early stages. Even in the most optimistic scenario, it will take several years before a prototype is ready for induction. That timeline makes a stopgap purchase probable, and global defense manufacturers have been quick to recognize India's dilemma. The American F-35 is widely regarded as the most advanced stealth fighter in the world. Over 1,000 F-35s are already in service with countries like Israel and NATO members. The jet has seen real combat, is loaded with cutting-edge sensors and avionics, and excels in stealth and situational awareness. But there are significant problems with this offer. First, the cost: each F-35 is priced between 80 to 110 million, nearly double the cost of the Russian Su-57. Second, the United States has shown no willingness to transfer technology or allow joint production, both non-negotiable for India. Then come the concerns about operational sovereignty. There have long been rumors that the F-35 contains a kill switch, a remote mechanism that could disable the aircraft. Whether or not such a feature exists, the core issue is that the aircraft runs on millions of lines of code controlled exclusively by the United States. Without access to the source code, India will not be able to integrate indigenous weapons like the BrahMos, Rudram, or Astra missiles. It would be locked into American munitions and maintenance systems, making the overall cost and dependency much higher. This is where Russia's offer stands out. Moscow is offering India the Su-57E, the export version of its fifth-generation Su-57 fighter, along with full access to the source code. This offer includes joint production in India, complete technology transfer, and the freedom to customize the aircraft with Indian weapons systems. With access to the source code, India could upgrade the jet independently, integrate indigenous systems, and reduce dependence on Russian support over time. Even France did not offer source code access for the Rafale jets, which is why India has been unable to integrate its own weapons into those platforms. Russia's proposal also includes upgrades to India's Su-30 Mki fleet and support for the AMCA program, potentially fast-tracking India's overall aerospace capabilities. And why is Russia making such an unprecedented offer? One reason is that the Su-57 has very few buyers. The ongoing war in Ukraine and Western sanctions have weakened Russia's defense exports. Only Algeria has reportedly placed an order for the jet. Secondly, the Su-57 hasn't yet achieved mass production. Fewer than 40 jets have been built, and Russia needs financial and industrial support to scale up. Thirdly, India was once part of the Su-57 project. Back in 2007, India and Russia had signed an agreement to jointly develop a fifth-generation fighter. However, India withdrew in 2018 over concerns about cost, performance, disagreements, and delays. Still, it had already invested significant sums in the project, and Russia has kept the door open ever since. Reviving that partnership now makes both strategic and economic sense for Moscow. Nanan technically, both the F35 and Su57 are fifth-generation jets, but they differ sharply in design philosophy. The F35 excels in stealth, electronic warfare, and sensor fusion. It is designed to detect enemies first and strike from a distance, making it an ideal first-strike platform. The Su57, on the other hand, is built for speed, agility, and maneuverability. In a long-range encounter, the F-35 would likely spot the Su-57 first. But in a close-range dogfight, the Su-57 could dominate owing to its maneuverability. To oversimplify, the F-35 is an offensive fighter, while the Su-57 is a defensive one. When viewed against the backdrop of Chinese capabilities, the Su-57 appears to offer a better match. China's J-20 is already deployed at the Himalayan border, and the J-35, while not yet in service with the Chinese Air Force, is being marketed aggressively, possibly at a discount to Pakistan. Both jets prioritize stealth, but their capabilities still lag behind the F-35. Compared to the Chinese fighters, the Su-57 holds clear advantages in speed, agility, and weapons integration. Moreover, India's ability to modify and customize the Su-57 would allow it to retain battlefield flexibility, something the F-35 deal cannot offer. F-35 wins in stealth and avionics, and it is battle-tested unlike the Su-57. Meanwhile, while the Su-57 wins in maneuverability, weapons flexibility, sovereignty, and access, and cost. Nanan, but the decision going forward will not be exclusively tactical, it will be strategic. India weighing the Russian proposal signals that the time-tested India-Russia relationship still holds promise despite today's geopolitical headwinds. What India seeks are favorable, future-ready deals, not lopsided ones forced at gunpoint, even if they come from a key defense partner like the US. Ultimately, the jet should be thoroughly tested in Indian conditions to ensure it meets all operational needs. Nanan, swipe left for next video. While this debate plays out, it is crucial that India does not lose sight of the AMCA program. A big-ticket foreign purchase, whether American or Russian, should not divert attention from India's long-term goal of aerospace independence. The AMCA has been greenlit and is seeking international and private partners to co-develop engines and other critical systems. Talks are ongoing with Britain's Rolls-Royce and France's Safran for engine co-development with full technology transfer. DRDO has promised to deliver the AMCA by 2035. The choice India makes between the F-35, Su-57, or solely AMCA will not only shape the future of the Indian Air Force but also define the country's broader strategic posture. If India does go for a stopgap foreign fighter, it must not forget that the ultimate priority is the AMCA. The skies may be contested, but sovereignty cannot be. Latest blogs.